coming. Welcome to the future of Colorado football.
Oh yeah, we back in business, and it's game week. So let the negativity increase, and it's in abundance early on a Monday morning. So y'all know what to do before we even get started. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and turn that post notification bell on so you'll know when your boy is going live and dropping this heat. Because the heat is on, and they are on. Man, I just click on Twitter and Coach Prime is 20. Why? Why? But we gonna do this one first. Before we even get to that video, this one comes first. Because Paul Finebaum and Stephen A. Smith is the biggest traitor. He can't keep saying he friends with Prime and that's his guy. And he keep doing shit like this. Stephen A., you losing your thing, bruh. We start not to believe you with all this bull crap. And every time I turn around, you questioning Prime and what he's doing, where he's at, and why he's there, when he's told you 100 times. So let's get into this mess and see what Stephen A. and Big Hater Paul talking about.
Primetime Deion Sanders, University of Colorado. Started off strong, 3-0, and then after that they nosedived and obviously won one of their last 8 games or what have you. And we know, including 6 straight. And we know that he's been in the news on a lot of occasions over the last few months. The sizzle is always with Primetime. You know, I think that he has the potential to be a great coach. I know he's the greatest cornerback that ever lived. And I think that he's an elite motivator. My wish for him is that he had gotten a Florida State job when he wanted it before Colorado ever came along, or he had gotten a job at Texas A&M. That would have been my wish for him in competing in the SEC. I think being in Boulder, Colorado, I don't like his chances, Paul Finebaum. But your thoughts about Primetime Deion Sanders and what that program is going to do?
So what we gonna do is stop stupid right there in its tracks. See, because what you want is Prime to get the Florida State job. He didn't get that job. But you wanted him to go to Texas A&M when that job wasn't even open, when he was at that job opened up while he was at Colorado. But why don't you want him to succeed where he's at? Why do you wish that he fails where he's at, Stephen A., and then succeed elsewhere where he's at? If you're not listening to your homeboy, that's supposed to be your homeboy. You're not listening to him when he tell you, I want to build, not do something that was already created when I got there. He wants to build a program and build a legacy, not take over somebody else's bullshit. Stephen A. is an ass for this shit. You are not Prime's homeboy. If you're not gonna defend your homeboy in public, we know damn sure well you talking about him behind his back. So you miss me with that bullshit. Stephen A., you one of them now.
Well, they owned the college football season last year for about 5 weeks, and some of it was predicated on upsetting TCU and then beating Nebraska. Having people like you, Shannon, The Rock, others show up, and it just infused so much energy that everybody wanted to watch them. And then when they went off the cliff, people turned away, and I don't think they're turning back this season, Stephen A., and I think that's going to frustrate Coach Prime. I have great respect for him. He's recruited a lot of amazing players. I mean, Travis Hunter might be the best player in the country, but it's not enough. And the league is easier this year being in the Big 12, but he's still, to be relevant, has to be a playoff contender. And I don't think they are. In the moment that they lose enough games where they're no longer part of the conversation, I think we will all move on to those who matter most. And I think that will drive him crazy. I agree with you. You put him in any number of places, and he can recruit the talent. You can only recruit a limited amount of talent to Boulder. So I hope he's patient, but ultimately I think that's a dead-end job for him.
You see, we don't have to speak on Finebaum's hate, because we already know he a hater. He don't want to see Deion succeed in anything. He hope he fails to the highest degree. But Finebaum, what you already know is y'all didn't stop paying attention when they was losing last year. Prime them was still selling out every game. Still had 6+ million people watching every game. They are the third most watched college football team of all of last year. Had 4 of the 10 most watched games during the entire freaking season. You need to give it up, man. Y'all with this hate and this vitriol, just say y'all wish my guy failed. Just say y'all wish he just fuck up and lose it all and just put it out there and say how you really feel. Because he building something. He doing something. And Stephen A. carte blanche carries on with this bullshit because he want Prime to fail too. And he is the biggest hater of Prime standing on Front Street without saying it. You just like them, Stephen A. Let's go back.
Do you believe that he'll ultimately get a job at a big-time program, or do you believe that times are going to be so rough that it could ruin his future prospects of getting a job at a big-time program?
I think ADs know what he's capable of. Now, some will not hire him. You know that, and I know that. But there are athletic directors out there at good schools who need a change agent who I think will take the chance. By the way, not a chance. Make a very smart move. I think there are a lot of places that he could completely turn it upside down where he would have a legitimate chance. By the way, Auburn's another school that could have had him 2 years ago, and they ended up hiring Hugh Freeze, who was run out of the business 8 or 9 years ago at Ole Miss. But somebody will take a chance on him, and I think they'll be rewarded. I give Colorado credit for trying. He's changed that. He's made that place at least a conversation piece, but ultimately it's still Colorado, and they are never, even with Deion Sanders, going to be a significant player in college football.
Now, let's just keep it a buck. We know Auburn ain't hiring no black coaches. They wouldn't even hire one of their own. They didn't even hire Cadillac when they had him take over the football season from when they fired that last coach and he won those games. They didn't even hire their own Cadillac Williams when he was the assistant head coach and took over as the temporary head coach when they fired the last coach. Then they hired Hugh Freeze. So going on with that bullshit about Auburn or Alabama, neither one of those schools are hiring black coaches. Anything in the South are not hiring black people. Have you seen this in the South? Where do you see a black head coach at any school in the freaking South? Of all these years, you haven't seen one. Alabama could have hired Sylvester Croom. Ole Miss could have hired 3 or 4 black coaches. Florida could have hired a shit ton of black coaches. But have they done it? No. Because the SEC ain't about that life. So shut the hell up with that going to a bigger program because y'all want him in the SEC. They ain't about that life down there. That's my neck of the woods. That shit ain't happening. Not in the SEC. Barely happened in the Big Ten. At least they got a couple. But in the SEC, that shit ain't happening, period. No way, no how, full fucking stop. So get that out your mind. Prime is in the best spot for Prime. In the best place he should be where somebody wants him to do him. Not what they want him to do. Because that's not Prime. Prime has never capitulated to the bullshit statuses that everybody else has. Prime is in the best place for Prime. Prime can build in Colorado. And Stephen A. still asking the question, where's the best place he can go? He at the place he want to be. What's best for him? Shut the fuck up with that shit. Stephen A., you punk ass. Always question the man where else he can go and do better. Where else? He don't want to go nowhere else. He done told you that 2,500 times. 2,100 times just for Prime. He done told you that shit. So why do you keep trying to question this man when all he does is tell y'all what he's doing, what he's gonna do? But you want to continue to question what he's doing. And he's telling you, and you still ain't believing it. Stephen A., you supposed to be his boy. Is what you say. That's my man, 100 grand. But you get on TV with them folks, and you still questioning this man. You still questioning his intentions, how good he is, what is he gonna do? But have you once did your research on the team he's built, on the things he's doing in Colorado? Report on that bullshit. Instead, you want to go out here and try to throw up rumors and innuendo about what the fuck you want him to do. It ain't about what you want him to do. He keeps telling you this shit. He ain't doing what you want him to do. But you motherfuckers just keep going. And y'all keep pushing. And then when he bites y'all, when he put something out on Twitter and he clapped back a little bit, oh, you shouldn't have said that. That's unprofessional. No, y'all ought to quit fucking with him. And he won't tear y'all asses up. Just like Sean Keeler ass. He let him go for a whole year, digging and shooting shots and being disrespectful and doing shit and calling him names and trying to call him a false prophet, talking about his faith, his name, his work, the shit he doing, calling him all kind of negative bullshit. Sooner or later, he got to shoot back. Somebody got to get one. If it's you, then you take it. Because you've been shooting at him all year. Stop shooting at him. Because when he shoot back, y'all want to jump up and down. Anyway, man, my little rant is over with. We got some more shit coming up because they on DR hard today. So we finna light them up. Let's get it. Hit that like button. Subscribe. I'm out. Peace.